This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Washington football team. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around, oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
A 28-yard.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. And he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On play action, Rodgers. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and that'll bring up second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
He's brought down.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Haskins on third down. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It was third and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
34-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. Now it's Haskins. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
At the 37-yard line.
On second down, it's Gibson. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
He's tackled
on a 2nd and long. It's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he'll find Hall. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Bryce Love, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Makes this Washington 7, Broncos nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by him and setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Open man is Gordon, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32.
Complete to Melvin
Big
Gordon.
play there for the Broncos on 3rd. 42 yards.
And the Broncos 1st down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Working from the gun. Rodgers able to get this to Gordon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
1st down, Broncos.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Montez Sweat showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
3rd and long.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Brandon McManus on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd and 7, Haskins. He'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
It was Duke Dawson on the tackle, the 2nd-round pick in 2018.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. All day, dog.
Haskins, a quick throw into the hands of McLaurin. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down. Haskins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
That's good for a Washington.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. From 4 yards out. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. If you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get it.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And his kick is right through.
Makes this Washington 14, Broncos 10.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Try the toss play to Love. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Down by Bryce Callahan. No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Ooh, with a juke. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Tackle made at the 24-yard line. A 3
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get
Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics.
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there just before halftime. 49 yards. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. From the gun, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Rodgers. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy. As the first half is winding down. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
They're on the 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Haskins. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. In something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
57, Mike, 57. Let's go tight.
Throwing on second and long. Haskins is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete.
Haskins.
Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over first and 10. Rodgers now on first down. Sets up the screen to Gordon. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. That's caught by Hollister. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos.
Complete to Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And he puts it through.
Makes the score Broncos 24, Washington 21.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long.
57's the mic. Rock 57.
From the gun, it's Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Love. And down he'll go at the 25. The dump-off gets them 9, so now they're in much better shape for third down. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go again. 57. Mike, 57.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. From the gun, Rodgers. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but now it's 3rd and goal. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. To throw again. Haskins. Incomplete. Almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Throw left side complete. That's Love. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And some room to work. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Lindsey, the ball carrier.
A gain of 3, second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Jacob Hollister, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down.
Second and 10.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 42.
Intercepted. They'll take over first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Coming to you, coming to you. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. I got you, Pop.
On first down, here's Love. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Hey, here I come, here I come.
Here's Haskins, a quick throw out wide, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Switch. Check 49. He's checking. Crash. Whip.
On third down, here's Love. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the 4th. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. To throw is Rodgers. Operating from the gun. Open man Hamler, that's complete. That's good for 28 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Intercepted. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. Big yardage that time for Washington. 44 yards.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Love. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Staying on the ground, it's Love. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on what could be a pivotal 3rd and goal now in a tie ball game. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
She said she ain't trying to do it with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go.
Check 15, check 15.
They'll run for it with Love. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love taking it in. And Washington has taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a play fake. Rodgers. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for only a couple.
Brings up
bottom line, 2-yard gains just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. They'll look to throw. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards there, 2 straight plays for 16 yards and another first down. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, it has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away as we just saw there.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And they will take a knee here. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now it's Haskins. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Roses to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Washington 38, Broncos 24.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Today's finals, Washington.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Washington, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll have another home date.